Day 7, Mr. Beast puzzle. We are live and we got another hint. Let's just see here, make sure I am live. Um, and we're good. All right, so I'm a little bit running late, I would say, on this one. Usually I'm filming these in the middle of the night. I got daylight behind me. It's the middle of the day. My original plan for Sunday was just to do like a morning stream. I was going to call it like coffee and clue hunting and take it from there, but running a little bit late today. But definitely going to be sticking to that late night schedule during the week. Probably going to do another late one tonight as well if we get another hint. But let's just see where things stand as of Sunday. Give me one moment here. All right, so we got hint number 6, and it says it's Valentine's Day, so we know we got this, late on Saturday. We enjoyed seeing your guesses on your puzzle cards. If you're creating them, thanks. It'll be worth your effort. If not, please do. It is a key to what happens next. And we talked about this yesterday. Jimmy was literally yelling at us to do this, to put in these puzzle cards on the Slack bot, and he says it'll be worth your effort. It's a key to what happens next. He's literally telling you to do this. So we've gone over this a bunch of times, but I definitely recommend everybody does this. And then the hint that we got down here, he said, we are pleased to announce that all of the clues for stage 1 are out. So that's huge. We've been dealing with stage 1 for a week now. It's been tough to keep track, getting lost in the sauce, but we now know all clues are out, and he helps us get a little bit organized here. He says, you probably want to know which ones you're missing. It's Valentine's Day. It was a gift from us. Here's a list that might help. Players have found so far the 9 stage 0 puzzles on this playlist. We talked about that. Every one of them leads to a location. And then he goes through, as you can see here, we got 1, 13, 25, 35, 36, 38, 47, 50. So these are our 50 locations that we've been talking about. And then we know the 51st comes from this crossword puzzle. But he gives us a breakdown here. So 1 puzzle that sets up the playlist, 12 puzzles contained entirely in Sunday's commercial from the Super Bowl that we watched, the 12 puzzles in the bank video that came out before the Super Bowl that had hints that were tied to the Super Bowl commercial. He says each one goes with one of the screens in the commercial. The 10 gifts given out to our friends, the 1 puzzle that unites them, the 2 puzzles on YouTube Shorts that aren't related to the gifts, the 9 puzzles you'll find on this site or social posts from Salesforce properties. On this site's interesting. The 3 puzzles on Loan Shark socials, and of course 1 crossword puzzle, which also sets up stage 2. Happy Valentine's Day. And that's the end of the clue. So a lot of this stuff we already knew or had an idea of. Now he's just kind of confirming it, organizing it for us. So this isn't necessarily new information for some people, but it confirms a lot of things. It helps us get organized, and it's definitely helpful. I think it shows that, like he said, all clues for stage 1 are out. So even though it seems like maybe we haven't made much progress this week, we are definitely getting close to maybe a new clue that moves us to the next stage or something big. I think some progress has slowed down a little bit with how hard people were going out the gate, but I think we're really on the verge of something big developing here. So like I talked about with Slackbot, I'm gonna have to sign back in here. Give me one moment here. This Slackbot signs you out of it all the time. Let me just open this up over here. And if you've signed into Slackbot a bunch of times like I have, you're getting like so good at these captchas that they do, because they make you like pick 5 things that are all the same, and like I can like pre-fire at this point. Like I know what they're gonna ask before they even know what they're going to ask. Just getting signed in here. Give me one moment. Trying not to dox all of my personal information. Probably gonna dox a little bit of it. I feel like I was logged in pretty recently, so it's a little bit annoying, but oh well. Go here, and then it makes you do 2 captchas to log in as well, which is also annoying. Get new link. I should have had this ready. I am so sorry. Click these. I'm not panicking, but yeah, I'm panicking. I'm trying to get this quick. So give me a moment. God forbid my one viewer right now is, you know, upset that I don't have this up right now. I'm just like not. I'm getting an error with these codes right now. Let me try in a different browser. $1 million puzzle, enter puzzle, United States. I'm over 18 years old. I enter my email address, send magic link. He asked me to pick the hats. I do. Almost in. Check my email. Email gives me this link right here. Enter puzzle. Link replace. You requested a newer link. Use that one from your email. All right, so I can't get into. I tried even in Edge right now. I can't get into the puzzle, but I guess we don't really need to be in there for right now. I was just going to talk about this clue up here, where he says, if you're creating them, thanks. It'll be worth your effort creating these puzzle cards. If you're not, please do. It's a key to what happens next. Talked about this a lot yesterday with these milestones. I really think that you have to get these done. We're still unsure if we have to get all of the answers correct on these puzzle cards, but at least if you get them all done, you're going to unlock the 4 milestones through Slackbot, and I think that's important. As we saw with the crossword puzzle the other day, the crossword puzzle was solvable with only 25% of the clues, so it's definitely possible for stage 1. Maybe stage 1 is solvable without actually figuring out all 51 locations, and just kind of drawing connections from what we have. So things that I wanted to go over for today. We have our Google Doc here that we really like, Retrocraft for Team Omega. And what they have here is this change queue and change log that I have open. So this will actually tell us every day what has been updated on here, so you don't have to go through and look at everything. He said this write-up's not meant to be a real-time document. It's updated periodically. I, Retrocraft, am both employed and the only member of my team who enjoys writing, so I work on the write-up alone and during time-box evening hours. The aim is once daily updates, but I make no guarantees. Much respect to this guy. I'm working full-time as well. I totally get that it's tough to put so much time into this, and he's doing such a good job. I shouldn't say he. They're doing such a good job, and totally appreciate their work. Don't be too hard on them. They're doing their best. They're doing this as a service to us, so much respect to them. And like they said, changelog serves a list of updates. I've been informed, but not implemented in the write-up. Can be equally useful for casual subbers like myself, but are not grinding for the million. So, like he said, if you're looking for up-to-date things that just happened 5 seconds ago, they're not going to be in here. But if you're looking to see what happened from yesterday, the day before, you can get an idea of stuff that you know, we're pretty confident in. So just looking at these, he said he updated P1 the map. Let me see. P1 map. Where is that? P1. Phase 1 locations? Is this what he did? What does he mean by that? P1 map. New Google My Map for locations. Google My Map. I don't even know what he means by that. Okay. I don't know what he means. What else does he say here? 1.1.3 Slackbot emojis, puzzle and solution. Let's see here. 1.1.3. At 14 seconds, a Slackbot message with some emojis pops up. Good luck. Unicorn, dinosaur, flower, anchor, tree. Oh, I guess it says down here camping. In Slack, emojis can be typed using shortcuts, which takes the CLDR emoji name and snake case and surround it with colons. To type these emojis in Slack, one would type, oh, that's good to know. So if you can't copy and paste these, you could type colon, carousel, _ horse, and that'll give you a little horse emoji. Maybe that's important for getting some of these puzzles. Maybe it's not, but cool to know. Emojis may appear different due to font in Slack versus browser. It's like if you have an iPhone versus a Android, your emojis look different, stuff like that. Taking the first 2 letters from each emoji yields Casablanca, which is a city in Morocco, and also a really good movie. So that is an updated clue, I guess. He also said Candyland potential solution, which is interesting to me just because I know we obviously looked at Candyland from the beginning. Where did you say this was? 1.2.3. The screen displays a rebus puzzle. Can plus Dylan Efron plus D. Can D land. Behind the rebus. What does rebus mean? I don't even know. Rebus. Define. A puzzle in which words are represented by combinations of pictures and individual letters. For example, apex might be represented by a picture of an ape followed by the letter X. Got it. Okay, so this is a rebus puzzle, as we said. Behind the rebus, we see colored bars: red, red, blue, green. Red, red, blue, blue, green. Right? Red, red, blue, blue, green. Imagine playing a game of Candyland and moving in that sequence. Red. Okay, so this is a Candyland board with numbered spaces. We assume that the board configuration is stable. It appears to be so from 1984. What are they citing here? All right, so they're just showing that the Candyland board has never changed, so we can look at what it's always been, and then I think they threw these numbers on here. So if you move red, red, blue, blue, green, is that what he did? He went. Imagine playing a game of Candyland and moving in that sequence. Candyland board with numbered spaces. The player would place his players at red, red, blue, blue, green. All right, so that's exactly what they did. And then red, red. I don't know if you keep going from there. According to B-Spot, that is associated with Feastables. No one is holding a Feastable bar. 21 seconds. The chocolate slogan is a chocolate purpose. Using the position sequence as an index in this phrase, we get Cairo, which is the capital of Egypt, as a likely solution. So I really didn't follow a lot of that. Maybe you guys are smarter than me and you did. But like I said, I trust a lot of the answers in here as well. So it's probably correct. I just don't necessarily follow all of that. What else do we have for updates? We just have spelling 1.5.1, which is down here. Instagram post, Facebook post, and Blue Sky post February 14th says, "Oh, this was rad. Wish you hadn't spelled our name wrong." The text reads, blah, blah, blah. Mr. Beast fans are spending time tearing apart the puzzles designed by the creators. The solvers may recognize that name. I don't know. I don't really know what the update is here. Notice that loan is incorrectly spelled as loan. Search for homonyms of other words. And I guess this somehow led them to Heard Island, which is a territory of Australia in the Southern Ocean. Interesting. I know we originally said cities. I mean, this maybe, I don't know if it's actually a city, if they're calling it a territory. So maybe they don't have to be cities, or maybe this is incorrect, but I tend to trust anything that is in this document that our friend Retrocraft is putting in here. And then other updates. Phase 1, hint 6 gives a list of the number of puzzles from each hub source. Many sections are moved, realigned with the new hint. And social media, reassign number for collection of social media posts with unconfirmed puzzles. Got it. So just wanted to go through those updates. Other things that I found, this is a website where I thought was pretty interesting. Someone just compiled all of these. Oh, and I think they actually had 2 different ways of looking at this. Yeah, so here's the original website, which actually has everything grouped down into these categories from hint 6. So 1 puzzle that sets up the playlist, 12 from the commercials, and then they have, you know, a category for location, what we're seeing, what it's based on, and if it's confidence, so unsolved, confirmed, unconfirmed, probable. Give an idea of a lot of the answers that we have. There might be other resources that have more, but really like this source. They also have one here that's just all in one, so they're not separated. I think this one's a lot more useful because, like, for example, some of these categories we have filled out pretty well. Let me just see what they have them. Yeah, like this one right here, non-screen commercial puzzles. Bunch of them confirmed, couple of them probable. It almost seems like maybe we should be looking at these in groups and finding the similarities between this group, and maybe that can help us in some way. Especially might be useful just because we do know these groups some better than others. I've been trying to look for this first one that he said. It was the 1 puzzle that sets up the playlist. I have no idea what that is. I looked in Discord. I looked to see what people were saying. I couldn't find something on it. It seems like that would be a pretty important puzzle, though. Sets up the playlist. I don't know if that means sets up the YouTube playlist. We know it's not our, 9 stage 0 puzzles that we got from the playlist. I don't know. This just one seems important. And then also this one puzzle that unites them. Do they have something for that? I don't think they. Metal puzzle. One puzzle that unites them. Okay, so it unites the gifts, I guess is what he's saying, right? 10 gifts given to our friends, the one puzzle that unites them. So maybe this is the them is the gifts or the friends. Yeah, I just thought this website's interesting, so I can definitely share the link on this. Last updated Saturday night at like 9:52 p.m. Pacific. And then they also have a Discord link here. I joined this Discord. It doesn't seem like there's much going on in there right now. Let me just close out of that. Well, it might be a good one to join. I think that this document is going to get more popular, especially as it gets more filled in. But as you can see right now, they're saying they have 17 confirmed, 7 probable, 3 unconfirmed. So 27 with answers, 24 unknown of the 51. There might be people who think they have more, think they have less. But either way, everywhere I've looked, it doesn't seem like everyone's sure that they have all 51, which makes me think it could be similar to our crossword puzzle where we're supposed to figure this out without knowing all of them and just working with what we have and filling in the blanks and trying to figure out the next part of this without actually finding each puzzle answer. But it is interesting, and like I said, I'll share this link if anyone's looking for it. Social media posts. Didn't see anything on social media that looked important to me today, but like I said, we should probably just be looking at these every day. So I'm here on Salesforce's X account. They said day 6, puzzle still unsolved. This could be your dark horse moment. Join the hunt. Not too late to join. They have 254,000 people actively investigating across the country. Most popular places are in Dallas, Chicago, LA. I don't think this is a clue. I think that this is just a summary post they do every day, but there could be something to this, so don't completely ignore it. I'm just not going to spend time on it. They posted this today. Meet Slackbot, your personal AI agent for work. Find answers across all your apps. Be prepared for every meeting. Keep work moving forward. With secure access to your permission data, conversations, and workflows, Slackbot has a context to make your workday better. This is a 14-minute video here. I didn't take the time to watch it. I don't know if we necessarily do. I think that that it is probably just an ad, and maybe there's something from here. Maybe there's something from the actual text up here. Nothing that I noticed, so let me know if you think differently. Maybe this doll in the background has to do with something, but again, I don't think that these are anything that we need to be noting down. Just said the puzzle's still going on, and some Valentine's Day love. We shared another hint today. Here are today's stats: 256,000 created, 1,025 estimated hours sleep lost. I'm contributing to that number, I can tell you that much. Most used emojis. Crack the code with a special version of Slackbot only at mrbeast.salesforce.com. So I don't think anything here, but just going to keep looking at socials. Lone Shark Games, looking at their blue sky. Said, look how cute Slackbot is. Head over there, start a chat with them. This is literally the Salesforce tweet that they, or post that they copy and pasted, so nothing to look at there. Maybe these numbers mean something, but they're probably the real-time numbers at that point. Again, same thing as the Salesforce, so they're posting the same stuff here, and then they're just talking about the hint that we looked at. So nothing that I saw on social media that stood out to me. If you guys think differently, maybe let me know. Poly market update. This has been interesting to follow. I don't know if anyone has been following this. February 15th, I mean, that's today. I don't know if the cutoff is Eastern time or what. They're now saying a 1% chance of it being solved by tonight. I think that would be crazy if it was. I definitely don't think it's going to be solved that quickly, but obviously everyone agrees 99.5% chance that it's not going to be is what people are saying. And then solved by the end of the month. This is just interesting to follow because people were way more confident in this like recently. Like it was 80%, 79, high 70s down to 60, and then even like earlier today it was at like 55, 56, and then all of a sudden this is just like people seem to be getting a lot less confident, less than a 50% chance. My guess was March 8th. A lot of people are telling me they think it's going to be sooner than that. Really just have no idea, but it's just interesting to see that people are now like losing confidence, or at least that's what Polymarket's reflecting. Again, not recommending anyone actually uses the site, just looking at it to see what people think. Salesforce. wanted to have a quick Salesforce discussion with you guys. Excuse me. We talked a lot about this ad as a whole, Salesforce as a company, Salesforce products, and I do think it is important that we think about Salesforce and why they would do this ad, right? Do I think that they would do a thing where it's, hey, we're working with Mr. Beast, you solve these Sudoku puzzles, and you win $1 million? Probably not. Do I think it would be, hey, we're doing a thing with Mr. Beast, you use our products, and you use those to solve the puzzle, and that's how you win the million? Definitely. So I definitely think there's going to be a big emphasis on Salesforce products. Obviously, we know Slackbot. I don't think that's the end of it. I think that there's going to be more with these puzzle cards, with their products, with Salesforce, because they put a lot of money into this, right? So I looked it up. A 30-second Super Bowl ad on average was around $8 million. Obviously, companies might negotiate differently depending on, maybe if they're doing more commercials, they get a better deal, or, depending on when they show the commercial, it might be cheaper, more expensive, but about $8 million that Salesforce spent on this. You figure they had to also spend $1 million on the prize that they're going to give out. They had to probably pay Mr. Beast team a lot to do this. You can look at it as, yeah, it's an ad for Mr. Beast just as much as it is for Salesforce. But I would say that Salesforce is definitely the one that benefits a lot more from this. Like, Mr. Beast is giving them an ad versus like a 50-50 thing. So point being, this is probably a $10+ million investment for Salesforce. And I think that they want to gain a lot from this purely than just getting their name out there. If we look, I did think this was interesting, just how much Salesforce, this is going back 1 year from today, is down 42.3%. So they're trying this unique marketing thing with Mr. Beast to try and, turn this trend around, I would say. So just looking into Salesforce, I said, I'm going to copy and paste this into our doc just as a note. So Salesforce is the world's leading cloud-based customer relationship management platform, CRM. I really don't know much about this CRM buzzword until Salesforce. But as we've seen, looking at their products, CRM is a technology-driven strategy software system used to manage a company's relationships and interactions with customers and potential leads. So CRM as a whole seems like it's been down in terms of the stock market and things like that in recent times, with other AI technology getting big, and also with people maybe just through my own research, it seems like maybe customers that have used these products are having trouble implementing them, and it seems like it's more work than it is benefit, stuff like that. So this is crunch time for them. They need to figure things out. They do this thing with Mr. Beast. Now they have hundreds of thousands of people, young people, that are using their products, basically training them on it for free. So I could definitely see if that does add a big benefit to Salesforce. I think they're positioned, I definitely think they're positioning themselves to gain all these users and all these people that have used their product, but also the product has to be good. I think that just using it the past few days, using Slackbot, we've noticed some stuff that could be better. But I see the vision. I definitely think it's possible that that they tweak some things and that they could do really well. Just even looking, in the past week, they've been down. So it'll be interesting to follow this. I'm not giving any stock advice. I just find it interesting to see how effective this is, getting all these people to try your products like Salesforce is doing with this challenge. One more thing I wanted to go through was just some YouTube comments that people left. People have been leaving some interesting theories in here and stuff like that. So definitely interested to see what people are saying. Let me just mute this. Fitch says, people are saying the clues all lead to the Cars movie. And out of those 50 cities, about half share the same latitude points. Loan Shark socials are the key, someone said. Also, you need a ton of puzzle cards set up. I agree with this part. Lone Shark socials key. They are a key, as we know. They give us 3 puzzles. I don't know about this Cars movie theory. I would love if this had to do with the Cars movie. Even my homepage is getting recommended some AI Mr. Beast car video. Jeez. But I don't think that this is true, but just interesting. I know nothing, so this guy could definitely be right, and some of this other stuff I agree with. So interesting what he's saying about the latitude points, half share. That could definitely be some trend to look at. I just don't necessarily think so. Rose Mullet said, I appreciate your dedication. Thank you. Puzzle 6 is out. Joe Sachs keeping me on track. I was late on this stream, so I appreciate that he is telling me to get it together, wake up, get going. It literally says all puzzles don't have to be answered to win. I agree with that. That's a good point. This guy says, finally someone with an IQ equal to heart, equal to less than 3. I don't know what that means. Nice, I agree. It's a good comment. Child Bio says, how do we get in the Discord? I'll grab them the link real quick. This is the one that people have been asking for the link to. We'll do invite. If anyone else needs this, copy and paste. The signs are not Australia. Interesting. So I know yesterday I said Liam. I think is it Chris Hemsworth? That was Chris Hemsworth, right? Let me open this one more time. Chris Hemsworth. I said Liam. I don't know why. He's saying this isn't Australia, so we can take a look at that. This guy said this is very specific. 301 Howard Street. What does this address lead to? Hopefully it's okay. Not a residential address, which is good. Used to be a Warner Brothers office, closed in 2001. Now look up which company happens to have a transit center in a 23-story building. Salesforce. The calendar next to bank teller has 213 circled. Boxing, Creed movie, Batman, and Harry Potter owned by Warner Brothers, which happens to have an old offices closed in 2001, in which in the city the owner of Salesforce happens to be from, and which Salesforce happens to have transit location there now and has its headquarters nearby. The water droplets in puzzles guess the views of those buildings. There's a lot, but maybe that address is actually something. I don't know a lot about the stuff he's saying here, or that they're saying here, but yeah, this could be interesting, so I'll give that a like. What were some other comments I saw? Someone liked our reply, congrats. What is this, some sort of puzzle that he made that if you win, you win $1 million? Let's say, we'll give him this link. Yeah, check it out. Any other comment? I thought there were some more interesting ones in here. How do we get in Discord? I just grabbed that. I'll grab it one more time so I have it copy and pasted. Oh, alright, that's literally the guy I responded to. Discord invite, please. No problem. Here you go. This person said the next clue might be a huge one. Progress has been slowing down a lot recently. I definitely agree with that. Agreed. Send me the doc link. Can do that as well. Man of the people here. Here you go. Hopefully that's the right one. Excuse me. Let me take a little sip here. They said it spells Titanic hoops straight down the middle. Don't know how I didn't see this. Easy to see that, but my question is, where did people get the info for all those answers in that little mini crossword at the bottom? Yeah, I had the same question, Russell. Where were all the clues? I saw it had gotten filled in a little bit more, but weren't certainly not enough to solve the whole crossword. Some of it's just educated guesses, but a few of my answers are different than theirs in the crossword and the puzzles, so it's going to be interesting what the next stage has in store for us. I'm just going to say I must be blind because it took me forever to see it. Any other YouTube comments here? Greatly appreciate all the comments. Oh, this was the one I wanted to bring up because I saw this and I was like, oh man. This person, Mitigavies4, I'm probably saying that wrong, my apologies. He said, yo, your video got recommended to me. I'm the owner of the Mr. Beast Files doc, LOL. It's been getting a lot cleaner the last couple days. I work 12-hour days, spend what time I do have working on solves, so the community's been really helping with filling out the doc. So if you remember, which day was that? There was another Google Doc that we were looking at. I said not completely useless. The Mr. Beast Files here, and there was a lot of good stuff in here. There were just other resources that maybe had a little bit more organized and stuff like that. So I maybe said some things that weren't the nicest about this Google Talk, and you forget that these are, real people that are. I mean, this guy works 12 hours a day, or this person works 12 hours a day. They're spending all this time putting this together for the people, just basically to help others. So greatly appreciate what people like this do. I feel bad if I maybe did talk bad about it in a way, just being like, oh, there's a lot of this stuff in here is useless or whatever. But I mean, for us to solve this, people got to throw out ideas. It's not all going to be correct. So I'm gonna keep this. What is that notification that I just got? I don't know, like a Kick follow or something. I'm not used to getting notifications on here. Hey, I checked your video and saw you're new on Kick. Okay, it's just some promotion stuff. Okay. Hey, let's go back to this though. Just want to say to this person, greatly appreciate everything that you do. Sorry if I maybe wasn't the nicest about whatever I said. But I do think that there was a lot of good stuff in this document. And like you said, they're working to filling it out and getting it cleaner. So I'm gonna work that document back into the rotation and kind of see if there's anything else that we can gain from there. So like I said, I'll maybe put something here. But thank you to this person. I don't know if they'll see this, but shout out to them. Were there any other comments I wanted to look through real quick? I think I looked at all these already. Oh, this one's pretty funny. We're all dancing on their strings. This is a marketing campaign. The $1 million prize is cheap advertising. I'll never put time into a game that only one person or group will win. We live in a world where humans are fighting for your attention and you happily waste your time giving it to them. For a prize you'll never win. Good luck. I actually mean it. It is kind of funny. I mean, they're not wrong in the sense that, yeah, only one person's going to win. So a lot of people are, quote unquote, wasting their time. For me, I'm having fun with this. I mean, I think a lot of people do like puzzle solving. If you think about it, like most of us, basically none of us are ever going to be in a Mr. Beast YouTube video. This is the closest we're going to get. It's fun doing these challenges. You could say like playing a video game is a waste of time. As long as you're having fun doing it. Yeah, we want to win the prize, but I don't know, to each your own. If you don't think this is fun, then feel free to not do it. I don't disagree with them in that sense. I think that's all we got for YouTube comments. So if there is anything you guys want to throw out here, I am looking at these and gonna go through them each stream. So feel free to throw out any theories, any ideas, any questions that you have. Discord. I always try to save Discord for the end just because it can go down some rabbit holes here. A lot of people have been noticing there's been less and less getting posted in Discord as we go on. I think it's a function of us getting less clues and less hints as time goes on and progress kind of stalling in that sense, but also maybe people are being more secretive about stuff, who knows. Just looking through here, as you can see, this call has now been going on for 133 hours. Just crazy to see. A lot of people have just been AFK in here on mute. Realistically, I could just pop in here, start streaming my screen, and people would just tune in. So maybe I should just start doing that. Just see if people tune in. Like when there's no one in here, just grab some people to watch. Discord server doesn't really see. People are just kind of going through different theories here. I'm trying to remember if there was anything that I'd saw in the past day that kind of popped out. 415 Mission Street, San Francisco. Is that the same address that our friend on YouTube said? What did he say? He said 301 Howard Street. So San Fran, I mean, that was where the Super Bowl took place. I can see why people are looking in San Francisco. This is where I got this link that we really liked, or that I like, the locations tracker. Google Doc. Let's check out this one. Oh, Mr. Beast Files. Gonna give that a fire emoji. Just trying to see if I have a Miro board. I think Discord and Slack are not working. Let me just check this out. Like I said, any sketchy link, I'll click it. I have no idea what this is though. Let's see. Oh, is this the one we looked at that was like so overwhelming? Beast 888. What about? Password was recently changed. I don't even want to get in there. Honestly, I don't. It's too much for me. Maybe someone else wants to get in there. Does he say what the password is if you're interested? Force 111. All right, fine. I got the password. I'll take a look. I'll take a look if I must. Force 111. The Miro board. Oh man, it's just so overwhelming, isn't it? And there's probably so much good data in here, but man, this is overwhelming to me. And I keep clicking stuff, and I don't want to like mess up people's stuff. You got to use the arrow keys to like look around here. But if this is interesting to you guys, feel free to go through this website. If you need the link, let me know the password. I can't even fathom like going through this because it's just so much to look at. Discord, anything else? Loan Sharks Discord. Can we join this? Do they have an invite? Guess you gotta fill out a form on their website or something, and they'll and you can join just to show everyone. Let's see. If you go to Loan Shark Games.discord, type in your username, gotta click all these different boxes, and I guess they'll invite you. I don't know. It could be worth being in there. I did join some other Discords recently, by the way, as well. I think this Serious Scavenger Hunters came from the website we looked at earlier with the 51 locations. Right here at the bottom, they have that link. I haven't seen much posted in here as of yet, but a lot of people are joining, and I have a feeling this is on the up and up, and there's going to be more and more in here. So, you know, I think it's good to be in as many of these as you can. What else did I join? Beast Puzzles I found somewhere. This person, Altered Mindset, made a channel or a server that to me is really good in theory. Like, I like the way that they organize these into all the different categories that we got from Mr. Beast. It's a really clean way of, if you want to talk about something specific, there's a channel for it. I just don't think this server has blown up yet, but this could be a good one as well. So I'll let you guys know if this one gets any traction. And going back to the one that we found that's the most popular so far, just going through to see if there's any other links before I kind of wrap things up here. App.slackchat. Here's a Slack that I'm in. Let me just join this one. It might be the one that I'm already in. I don't know. Can't tell if it's the same one or not. I think I might have gotten an error when I tried to join. Let me just show you an update on the one that we do have. There really hasn't been much in here. They posted that same tracker website. Yeah, not a lot in Slack that I've seen. I'll take a look at that one later, but I'm just joining as much of these things as I can just to get as much exposure to ideas, theories, clues, etc., etc. So not really anything that I've seen. I mean, even we're already back at 8 p.m. last night. We haven't scrolled that far back. I mean, there's a lot of messages for like an average server, but through the first couple of days, I mean, we were getting bang, bang, bang messages like every minute, and now it's, I wouldn't say it's dead. Did everyone see today's clue? So did we just get a clue live on stream? That would be kind of cool if I timed it. Oh my god, we did. Wow, okay. Wasn't ready for this. So I was kind of hoping to maybe look at this later and do a different stream for it, but we got it right now. So let's look, get the wheels turning. And yeah, this works out perfectly because I was just about to wrap things up, but now we have this. So take a sip of the Mountain Dew and lock in. That's all we can do at this point. Puzzles are community efforts. I've known that from the beginning. There's so much, so many. We can't do this on our own. I appreciate and respect people that like want to try to do these on their own, but it's just too much. It's just so much to do on our own. So that's why we're crowdsourcing this. A lot of our puzzles are easy to find. Others are quite hidden. If you're looking at a thing you think is a puzzle, but can't find what you're looking for, you should ask a friend. Beastbot may know, which we found with Slackbot. If you mention a puzzle, Beastbot will respond. But also some of your fellow humans do. And for certain puzzles, you need a few more. So what could he mean by this? Beastbot may know, but also some of your fellow humans do. Not that they may, but that they do. Is he talking about people in the community, like Discord people that may know? Or is he saying that there's like specific people who factually do know? Like, let's say like people from Mr. Beast's team, like Chandler, or maybe Chris Hemsworth, or like random people that have been kind of part of this, his friends. Maybe they have some puzzle that, I don't know. This just seems interesting. I'm gonna think about this some more. Let's see what he said for hint 7. One clue tells you to inquire with Slackbot about a specific kind of number puzzle. If you do that in a puzzle card, you'll get a place to look, but you'll always get the same one. You need friends for this puzzle. Maybe a million of them. Alright, so we know, guys, we know what this means. We know exactly what this means. This was our Sudoku. This was our Sudoku puzzle, which I should have been mentioning this every moment I had since we got it, because we clearly knew it was something. Where did we talk about Sudoku? I can never spell Sudoku. That's how you spell it. I mean, we were mentioning Sudoku back a week ago, so here we still are. We know that if you brought up Sudoku to Slackbot, it gives you this URL, which brings us to a Mr. Beast website. Mr. Beast logo here, 1mil.xyz. Brings you to this weird CAPTCHA that's like way different than anything we've seen. We don't know if this means anything, but when we put this in, it loads us a puzzle. Top secret. You've been selected. Accept challenge. 271829. So what he's saying is, one clue tells you to inquire with Slackbot about a specific kind of number puzzle, Sudoku. If you do that in a puzzle card, you'll get a place to look, which is that website. But you'll always get the same one. You need friends for this puzzle, maybe a million of them. So he's saying we're only going to get the same one, meaning this Sudoku puzzle, if someone else is going to have a different board, a different blanks, different filled in stuff. And we know there's a 6-digit case number down here. And, you know, we were kind of comparing and contrasting. People were getting different ones as time went on. But some people did actually, I think someone in my YouTube comments said, hey, I got the same one as you. Look at this. So this person is a legend, Jay Wands, which I already said good info at the time. So appreciate you again. I received the exact same Sudoku puzzle. So it is generated in a way where we receive the same. So not everybody is going to get a different one, but there are, say, 10 of these, 20 of these, 100 of these, 51 of these. We don't know how many, but once you get one of these, that's all you're going to get from, I'm assuming, tied to your IP address, your device maybe. Let's just see if I pull it up on my phone. Do I get something different, right? And let me be, I don't know, if I try like a VPN as well, does that give me a different one? I don't know if anyone's like tried that, but let's just try it in real time. But the point being, he's saying that we have to work together. We have to see what everyone got for these Sudoku puzzles and use them together in some way. All right, just so you guys can see, I don't know if you can see that on my phone or not, but I did get a different board. I got one that says it's a lower number. Mine is 100033, and it's a different board, different case number. So I don't know how that helps. I don't think they necessarily want us to use a VPN and get every single one of these. But that could maybe be a potential way to try to get as many of these case numbers as you can. But what are we doing once we get all these? That's always the hard part, is that we figure out what he wants us to do. We don't know what to actually do with the info. You need friends, maybe a million of them. I don't think that you're going to need a million. I don't think you're going to need a million different Sudoku puzzles, right? I mean, that doesn't make sense. Maybe it's something where these case numbers add up to a million. Let's see what people are saying again. This is real time. This is hot off the press. This clue came out within the past, like live while we were on stream. So this person has the B-Spot picture. That's pretty funny because for a second I was like, is B-Spot in the Discord? Excuse me, but all right, let's just go back to. So as you can see, like 1 o'clock, people, not a lot going on here. Not a lot going on. This is a good review. I guess let's just look at this real quick because I haven't seen this. Oh, we did the whole thing. We just meant this. Anagram solver. All right, this could be an interesting This could be an interesting site to go through. I'll probably go through this on my own, and then if it's worth going through, I'll bring it up on stream. But this is a site that we're gonna note, I guess. But just going through, so hint 7 dropped. So I'm guessing it was probably right at 2:30. Someone here posted 2:34. If this was the first day and it dropped, like 100 people would have posted it. So it's just funny that things have slowed down a little bit. But yeah, so we'll go back in here. Did everyone see today's clue? Sudoku, like we said, yep. One clue tells you to inquire with Slackbot about a specific kind of number puzzle. If you do that in a puzzle card, so you just copy and paste it. It is about asking the AI for Sudoku, so we have to work together. Weird that Mr. Beast said you could do it solo or with friends. Sudoku can be solved alone. Who solved it? Not the unique code at the bottom. What do you mean? Did you ask Mr. Beast or Beastbot for Sudoku? Enter the Euler puzzle. Alright, so people are still twisting and turning with that. This guy's streaming. He's got 1,046. I have 1,033 on my phone. On here, I have, what was it again? 271,829. So like a way different number. So what did those numbers mean anything? Did the boards mean anything? Should we be filling these out? Should we be doing these Sudoku puzzles? I guess it's probably worth to do a couple just to see if there's something that, I don't know, you notice some trend or something. But does the Sudoku have a certain generate algorithm? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, someone was saying basically like similar to the crossword, how we only had 25% of the clues. Like Sudokus, you can only figure out with a certain percentage of the clues. So maybe it's something along those lines of giving us a hint, like in terms of being able to solve what we have with limited information. What's this? What are they doing? They're copying this number. What are they doing with it? Should we unmute for a sec? Oh boy. Well, let's unmute and just hear what people are talking about, I suppose. Keeping my microphone muted for the record, but
number they were able to get
is what, 1 million?
2.718 something, but it's
Okay.
also it's still 6 digits.
okay. So yeah, people don't really know right now. Saying a lot of the same things that we are. 6-digit numbers everyone's getting. Again, those don't have to necessarily mean anything, but everyone is marked with these unique identification numbers. Unique in the sense that if you load it up on your computer every time, you're going to get the same one, but not unique in the sense that people are going to get different from one another. So yeah, I guess this is kind of what we're going to think about. And like I said, I don't have all the answers for this right now. Usually I look at a hint, I think about it for a little bit, I come back to you guys, and I give you my thoughts. This one just popped up live on stream, so I don't necessarily have many thoughts other than I know what he's referring to. Destroy. It's interesting. It says like classify, destroy after solving, but then he's also telling us to work with our friends. Puzzles permanently assigned to your session. Yeah, I don't know what it could be that this Sudoku puzzle leads us to. I really don't. Anyways, wanted to go over our notes here. Let me throw these down here, actually. Nope. Alright. 215, still true. I'm way zoomed in on this document now so people can read it, but let me just zoom back a little bit while I'm going back and forth. So stuff from yesterday that's still true. Current stage of the puzzle has us looking for 51 city names. And I'll just say all clues for stage 1 are out. Things that we know that are still true. This Google Doc is goated. We know that's still true. And in a shout out to our friend who's working on this other one and they're cleaning it up, we're going to say that this Google Doc, which I will also send the link if anyone wants it, this Google Doc is improving. We're going to give them the benefit of the doubt there, and we're going to keep that in the rotation. Puzzle cards are key. New stuff. Crossword is solvable. Do I want to keep mentioning what the 51 answers are? Just post that down for here now. Keep up with Mr. Beast, Salesforce, Loan Shark, social media. I think that that's still true, but we do know that we got our 3 things from there. I'm still going to keep up with them, but I think that everything that we need for right now we've gotten. Stuff you should definitely do. Still agree with that. Gonna bring that down to here. All right, new stuff that we know. What did we learn today? We learned, I guess I kind of already said that all clues for stage 1 are out. And all clues for stage 1 are out, and we know the general outline of them. So he gave us, 1 puzzle sets up a playlist, 12 in the bank video, etc., etc. So now we have this format, and we know they're all out. And then what else did we gain today? A lot of our puzzles are easy to find. You should ask a friend. So he's basically, he's telling us that we need to compare and contrast these Sudoku puzzles with others. Hopefully maybe someone starts a big list, Google Doc, where, hey, post your picture here, post your puzzle here, and then we can compile them into one list. One clue. So this is kind of something we already knew, but we'll just say, ask Slackbot about Sudoku, and you will get the following link. Everybody, this creates a unique Sudoku puzzle for your session with a 6-digit, what do they call it? A 6-digit case number attached to it. We think that we will need to work together to compare our puzzles in some way. In some way, shape, or form. So theory crafting. Where do our theories stand for today? Don't necessarily know if I have much of a theory on this Sudoku part yet, just because this happened in real time while I was on stream. We'll say theory crafting. Going back to what I had yesterday, I want to grab the gold star even because I still feel strongly about this. We're making this a gold star. It's important that people know, hey, this isn't just a star. This is a gold star. Milestones. What else I say? Just get them done. Mr. Beast is literally telling you to. Put 51 answers into your, I'm going to say make 51 puzzle cards, even if you're wrong about a bunch of them. Other theory crafting, I can't have them all be stars. That would just be crazy. Yesterday I was talking about the cloud theory, that it could be a puzzle clue or an answer that's hidden inside of Salesforce's cloud based on that social media post. I'm going to work this a little bit. Just going to say Salesforce's technology will be the key to finding the final answer. Beyond Slackbot, this may include their cloud services and other customer relationship management technology. And what else do we have? Sometimes you need to take his clues very literally rather than overthink. That was, he literally like tripled down on that with hint number 6, where he said, where is it? No, it's still hint 7. He said, If you're creating puzzle cards, thanks. It'll be worth your effort. If you're not, please do. It is a key to what happens next. He's literally telling us it's a key to what happens next. I'm going to grab that as well and just say... per puzzle in some way. No, this is what I'm gonna. Where am I talking about? Oh, right here. Paste without formatting. I think that's all we have for working theories right now. I don't really know if there's anything else that I want to say. Sudoku theory. Theory in progress. But Sudoku puzzles and working with others will lead to the next stage, or will give us answers. Next part, we have holding myself accountable, and I also added and you, so holding myself and you accountable. I guess that's probably not proper grammar, but yesterday, as a reminder, I said that I thought the key was going to be stored in the cloud, which is accessible across the globe. And I also said the final answer would be solved on March 8th. So I want to hear from you. What is your running theory right now? And when do you think the puzzle will be solved by? I'm going to say I think the key to the final answer, I can't type apparently, will be stored in Salesforce's products, whether that is Slackbot or something cloud related. Then I'm going to say final answer will be solved on... A lot of people didn't like this March 8th prediction. They're like, oh man, I really hope it gets solved way sooner than that. I definitely think it's possible, but until we get that one big clue, I just don't see how it's going to be solved anytime soon. I guess I don't need these Salesforce notes. I kind of just wanted to talk about those when we went into the background of their technology and everything. Delete that. But yeah, so I'd say that's my best theory right now. We're still far away. If you haven't even started looking at the stuff, you're not behind. There's a lot of time to catch up. It's going to be even easier to catch up now than it would be a couple days ago because people are compiling stuff. They're making these sources for us. They're putting hard work into putting this all together, making it easier to digest, find patterns. And a lot of us are taking our notes in Google Docs, putting our notes on, GitHub. I'm doing mine in Google Docs. Maybe we should be using Slackbot and these Salesforce products to organize them. And maybe that will, I'm going to say that. We should be putting all of our notes, these notes included, into Slackbot and into puzzle cards. Maybe we should just be doing that because we know that's going to be key. We know that we have to use their technology. To me, it's a lot easier to just come into a document like this, dump everything in, and work with my notes. Particularly just because I have to log into this each time and it logs you out and stuff like that. But maybe it is just worth trying to actually fully committing to using the product and seeing if that helps us in any way, shape, or form. At the end of the day, I did have trouble getting onto it earlier in the stream, but once you're in, you should be good to just, copy and paste anything that you have for notes, put it in there, organize it a bit, and maybe that will help us organize this and find patterns and stuff that, that I'm not seeing just by creating a new Google Doc every day. So that's my theory for right now. I'm going to stick with March 8th. I really hope it's solved sooner than that. Having fun with this, but it would be nice to make more progress. We have come to a bit of a standstill on some of this stuff. So that's all I got for right now, guys. I'm going to keep going over everything, keeping my eyes and ears to the Discord. Hopefully maybe by tonight I'll have an organized of all these different 6-digit numbers, try to find some pattern there, try to see what the running theories are. This challenge is literally rigged. Mr. Beast is all about wasting people's time, and the person who has the most time to waste will win. I don't necessarily agree with that. I do think these early stages have been time wasting, in a way that they didn't want this to end in 10 hours. But also, I don't think it's just who has the most time to waste. I think some people went so hard on these puzzles the first couple days and burned themselves out. Whereas, people like me, hopefully people like you, are letting other people do the work for us and just taking their notes and not burning ourselves out. So that way, when there is a time to lock in, we're ready to go. But yeah, I'll let you guys know if as soon as we get another hint, or as soon as we get some new developing theories, some new stuff I want to talk about, I will go live for day 8. Again, apologies that day 7 stream was a little bit late. If anyone was looking for it, just know that they will be kind of the same time as I've been following. This is a part of the stream where I farm a YouTube clip and I go over literally everything that we just talked about. So if you do want to tune out, now is probably the time to do that. I'm probably not going to say anything new from here on out. Like I said, just doing a summary clip, literally to just farm some clicks on YouTube. That's what this is all about. So this part is all about. So good luck to everyone. Gonna take a sip of this and then we'll get into that. Excuse me. Sunday, February 15th. We're a week into this thing. Super Bowl was a week ago, and here we are. We're still puzzle solving. Things that we know to still be true. The current stage of the puzzle has us looking for 51 city names using various hints. Let me just make this a little bigger. Using various hints, and I'll get into this. All the clues for stage 1 are out. Other things that we know, this Google Doc is goated. Shared this with a lot of people. A lot of hard work going into this Google Doc right here, made by Retrocraft of Team Omega, so shout out to them for everything that they do. This Google Doc's improving. Talked about this a little bit. Talked to the person who made this file, and they've been working really hard on it. They've been cleaning it up. So I'm keeping this in the mix in terms of things that I'm looking at for resources. Other things that are still true, stuff you should definitely do. Create a puzzle card for every puzzle you think you've already solved. Put in an answer and start a conversation with Slackbot in that card. Puzzle cards are key. Mr. Beast is shouting from the rooftops, telling you to do this. If you haven't done it yet, then this is like the bare minimum to me in terms of stuff that you should be doing. If you're going to put any effort into anything, I think it's worth doing these. And then we said yesterday, a lot of people were stuck on the crossword. Crossword is solvable per Slackbot, even without any more hints. Even though we only had 25% of the clues given, we were able to solve it. We figured out a place in Iceland that I'm not going to try to pronounce again because I kept butchering it. But that was our 51st location. New stuff that we know for today. We went over hint 6, which gave us the organization of all the different puzzles. We know that all clues for stage 1 are out, and this is what people have found. This right here, we have the 9 stage 0 puzzles, and then these all add up to 50 puzzles. 51, that's our 51 locations that we keep talking about. Now we just have some organization to these. Maybe one thing I was thinking about is that these different groups say these 12 puzzles all relate in some way, and then how do these 12 puzzles all relate in some way? But we don't know if it's how do all 50 of one of them connect, or if each group connects in some way. But at least we know that everything's out, and we have some organization there. And then hint 7, talked about this. This popped up live on stream, so I haven't dug into this enough. But as we'd mentioned, if you ask Slackbot about Sudoku, you'll get the following link. This creates a unique Sudoku puzzle for your session with a 6-digit case number attached to it. I say unique because it's unique to you and your session, but other people, someone out there is also going to get the same puzzle as you. It's just that we don't know how many total puzzles there are. That's what we're figuring out right now. But let's say there's 10 puzzles. I might get puzzle 1, someone else gets puzzle 2, but then someone else might also get puzzle 1, and we have the same exact puzzle. So it's unique, but it's not strictly unique to each of us. And as we saw in hint 7, he's saying that we have to work together. He mentioned that Slackbot will give you these Sudokus. You need friends for these, and maybe a million of them. Who knows? But as we know, you can solve a Sudoku without friends. So we don't know how we're going to work together, but we do just know that that's what the latest hint told us, and that's hopefully we'll have a theory later tonight on how those connect. Theory crafting, milestones, get them done. Talked about this a bunch. I'm still going to keep talking about it now. Mr. Beast is literally telling you to do this. Excuse me. Make 51 puzzle cards, even if you're wrong about a bunch of them. It's a key to what happens next. He's been telling us to put our answers in the Slack bot, and if you do that, you will earn all 4 of the milestones on the achievement page. I'm telling you to do it. He's telling you to do it. Just do it. I think that's the bare minimum of what you should be doing. Other theories, Salesforce's technology will be the key to finding the final answer. Beyond just Slackbot, this could include their cloud services and other customer relationship management technology. Don't really have much else to say on that one. That's just, I guess, a theory that makes sense to me in terms of, you know, how would they advertise Slack the best? How would they advertise Salesforce's products? It's to get all these people to use them, become comfortable with them, and that's what they seem to be doing. So I think that's going to be the key going forward. Theory crafting, Sudoku theory, as we talked about with this link, it's a theory in progress. We know there's Sudoku puzzles, and working with others involved. Don't necessarily have a perfect theory on that yet, but that is what we're working on at the moment. And I said holding myself and holding you accountable. I think the key to the final answer will be stored in Salesforce's products, whether that is Slackbot or something cloud related. We should be putting all of our notes, these notes included, into Slackbot and into puzzle cards. So I say these notes included. I've just been using Google Docs to organize my thoughts. The whole point of this seems to be that they want us to put our data into their system, organize it there, try to find patterns there. And if that's what they want us to do, I think we should just lean 100% into it. So come tomorrow, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to organize my Slack bot with all my notes. And I'm just going to fully commit to just using their products and doing what they want us to do. And whether or not that actually helps me remains to be seen. But that's what I'm going to be doing. And then I also said final answer will be solved on March 8th. Hopefully it's sooner than that. A lot of people think it'll be sooner. Some people think we're not even close. Some people think we're on the verge of a big clue. I'm just going to stick with my original guess and hope it's sooner, but we'll see. Even though we're having fun, this is still a whiles away, so hopefully it's sooner than that. But I want to know what you guys think. I want to hold you accountable too. So what do you think? What's your guess right now, your working theory, and what's your guess on the date that the puzzle will be solved? Anyways, that's all I got for right now. As soon as we get another hint, or as soon as I get any new developing theories, I'll go live again for day 8. But I want to thank everyone for watching, and good luck.